People are frightened of us all over England.
Anyone comes down here, they get slung out, I'll tell you that now.
A good game of football, a good punch-up and a good piss-up. And that's all about Millwall.
The Lions of Millwall have earned their reputation the hard way. At the bottom of the hierarchy are the youngsters. They call themselves the halfway line, and when it comes to aggro, they imitate their elders. Some of them graduate to treatment. They're the ones in the surgical masks. Although one of Millwall's heavy mobs, treatment don't pick fights, but they're always there when they happen. In the trench warfare of the terraces, it's F Troop who go over the top. F Troop are the real nutters, self-confessed loonies like Harry the dog, who go looking for fights and are seldom disappointed.
I remember my roommate on the day, Johnny Watt, was very, very nervous. He was a young player in those days, and he had to go to the toilet many, many times. I don't know, maybe that's a secret of his success or his longevity, but John was very nervous that day.
Talbot.
Playing in white, Ipswich went all out to silence Harry the dog and his F Troop cronies.
Talbot now finding Burley. Burley tries a shot. Oh, it's gone in! George Burley, the scorer. From way out, he caught the goalkeeper by surprise. And Ipswich are in front after 10 minutes. Inside for Osborne. That's a nice ball. It's going to come to Mariner off the line. And Mariner! Well, Mariner makes it 2-0. Oh, Mariner round Kitchener nicely. Here's Turner. Mariner! 3-0. And surely now it's all over. Oh, and now there's some trouble behind that goal because the police have had to move in quite strongly. And now some silly supporters have made it worse and got into the centre of the pitch. And unfortunately, the sad face of football in the 70s appears to be recurring again.
Who cares? Come on, everybody!
The players are being led back to the dressing room by the referee.
After a 15-minute break to restore order, Ipswich came out to finish the job.
So Mills with the kick for Ipswich, looks for Mariner again, and finds him. Here comes John Walk! Oh, that's a cracker! That's the best goal of the match.
Also in the 6th round, Forest are chasing a League and Cup double at West Brom.
I went football within Manchester City. There'd be fighting going on and attacks going on. And this happened like, all the way to the ground. And the police was, like, after the first couple of clashes, the police had got behind the Arsenal supporters, you know? And they was just letting it happen. They weren't too bothered because no one was getting injured, like seriously injured.
A lot of other teams, you'd have won 1-0, you'd have turned around, got onto your coaches, but you don't miss a chance to let Arsenal fans know exactly how you feel. Not one, because they certainly won't. So you have to get your shots in early.
It's a continual battle, but
50 at a football match can cost £10,000 in police resources alone. The great majority of matches are incident-free. But after the havoc of the 70s and 80s, soccer wreckers, the hardcore known to each other as crews or firms, are in a guerrilla war with the police, the football clubs, the football authorities, the politicians and the courts. They face arrest, ejection, surveillance, targeting, travel bans and game bans, and stiff sentences if convicted. When Millwall were knocked out of the FA Cup by Luton Town at Kenilworth Road in 1985, the police kept the Millwall crowd in the ground after the game. The unhappy Millwall fans then turned angry against the ill-prepared police force. Seats were used as missiles, 60 people were injured and 43 fans were arrested. TV viewers were shocked by the scenes of carnage and rioting at what was just a small provincial football ground.
It's terrifying, just to see them all charging down the field. It's like something out of Zulu.
Did you see any policemen being hit?
Yeah, there was one policeman laying on the floor and some Millwall fan was putting the boot in his face. It was terrible.
Well, it was the police that caused the problem. We weren't like trying to fight with Luton supporters, it was actually the police were give everyone the umps, holding you back, and there was a couple of attempts at a pitch invasion during the game, and the police got heavy-handed, and afterwards they held us in for so long. That's what sparked it off, really.
The worst of the violence came after the match, when the Millwall fans spilled out into adjoining streets. They smashed windows, broke down brick walls, damaged cars.
Everything was quiet, then all of a sudden the windows went.
Upstairs.
That went through your window? That went upstairs, and
that one.
That and that bit down there come through the bottom one. The two goes at the bottom.
Them two at the bottom.
I heard them saying, we lost. Come on, start, grab anything, break everything, and break everything you see in front of you.
It didn't end there. A train had been specially laid on to take the Millwall fans back to London. In the space of half an hour, they did £45,000 worth of damage.
Magistrates here are being tough on the offenders. One has been fined £750, the highest amount these magistrates have ever imposed for soccer hooliganism. Another has been sent to a detention centre.
9 years later, Millwall fans are still in trouble.
You knew there was going to be like people going onto the pitch if we went out, if we weren't going to do it.
Why did you know?
Just the way they are. You just knew something had happened. Didn't think it'd be as bad as like attacking players and stuff, but I thought they'd get on the pitch, try and stop the game and stuff like that.
Is this sort of thing said in the pub beforehand, or what? Or said on the terraces?
No, it's just the general feeling. Like people at work who ain't even football supporters, they were saying if Derby score first, there's going to be trouble down there.
So the police should have known then?
Yeah, the police should have known, yeah.
Hooliganism.
A football match.
With Tottenham, there's